Hey, you guys, I hope you're all having a good day so far. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about some Bible reading I was just doing in Acts, and I was reading in Acts chapter 23, and this was when Paul was brought before the Sanhedrin, the government, because the Jews were got very angry with him. He was he was preaching the gospel, talking about Jesus coming back, and he was explaining how like the Jews were going to reject this gospel of Jesus, and so God had sent him to the Gentiles, and they got very angry. Long story short, sorry about that, guys. I'm outside, so these bugs are getting on my screen. One was just crawling around, but anyways, um, yeah, so Paul was brought before the Sanhedrin, and because they got angry with him, he was preaching the gospel of Jesus, and he was telling them that God knew that the Jews would reject it, and so he sent him on his way to the Gentiles to preach. And I'm just going to start in verse 1 in chapter 23 when Paul was brought before the Sanhedrin and his encounter with them. So this is in Acts 23, starting from verse 1. And Paul, earnestly beholding the council, said, Men and brethren, I have lived in all good conscience before God until this day. And the high priest Ananias commanded them that stood by him to smite him on the mouth. Then said Paul unto him, God shall smite thee, thou whited wall, for sittest thou to judge me after the law, and commandest me to be smitten contrary to the law? And so basically, I'm reading from the King James Version, you guys. So basically, Paul was telling the high priest that commanded them to smack him on the mouth. He was telling the high priest that he was a hypocrite because they get on to others. The Pharisees were constantly, when Jesus was around, even after Jesus had died on the cross, rose again, and went back up to heaven, they were criticizing the apostles and other people for not following the law when they weren't themselves. They were doing many things that were hypocritical. And, Jesus even called them hypocrites at one point. And that's basically what Paul said, that you're getting on to other people for not following the law, but you yourself aren't. And, that is really true of the world today. There's even Christians who do this. There's both Christians and non-Christians, but it's especially worse if you're a Christian. I've seen a lot of people who are Christians, and they themselves will do stuff that goes against God, but then they get on to other people, and it's not like they get on to other people for different things. Maybe some different things, but they'll get on to other people for the same thing that they do themselves. And while, the Bible says we should righteously judge and correct others, we need to correct others to help them to grow in their relationship with God, and we need to point out evil and injustice and speak against it. But we shouldn't go around correcting others and then not correct ourselves and do a self-evaluation for ourselves. If we're going to go around correcting others, then we need to take a look in the mirror at our own selves. And, that is really true of the world today. There are so many hypocrites, both Christian and non-Christian, and there's certain people that can get away with things and excuses are made for them. But then there's other people that do the same thing and they're like, no, that's wrong. But then there could be someone else that comes along and does the exact same thing, but they won't get onto them for it. They just give them a pass because they like that person. But this is so true, and I just got to thinking about how this is so true of the world today. And like I said, you guys, we should be correcting people, especially those that go against God. Um, you know, we should be doing that, but at the same time, we also need to be correcting ourselves and doing a heart evaluation of our own selves, of our own insides. And if we're going to correct others, we need to correct ourselves and get our own things straight and get our before we ridicule someone else about their relationship with God, we need to get our own relationship with God straight first. Because if you yourself are doing that same thing and you don't have a good relationship with God, then your words fall on deaf ears, and that person is not very receptive to it. You're gonna better, instead of beating someone over the head in correction. I mean, we should correct the person. We should speak out against things that are done against God and His Word. But if you're going to speak out against that and correct someone, then you need to be an example in your actions and the way that you live your life. And not only speak about that, but you need to show a visual of it in your actions and in your lifestyle as well on what you're correcting that person for. And I'm so tired of people not correcting. I mean, we should be correcting, and I'm glad that there are people who speak out against evil and against those things that go against God and stand up for their beliefs. But I'm so tired of people correcting others when they won't correct themselves and get their own lives straight. And those who don't demonstrate it in their lifestyle and their actions, but they'll talk about it all day long. That is being hypocritical. And I mean, Jesus, like he said, I don't remember the exact verse, but don't be trying to take the speck out of your brother's eye without getting the log out of your own eye. And I think that just about sums it up right there. And the other thing is, throughout this chapter, Paul was speaking truth, and they would get so angry. In fact, later in this verse, they got so angry, the Jews had a plot to kill Paul because he was speaking the truth. And in this world today, people get so angry. I mean, people get so angry, they want to kill someone. I mean, and I'm not trying to get political here. I mean, we as Christians should be involved in politics and should know what's going on with that. But like Donald Trump, there are people, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone did try to kill him, but people are so angry at him for speaking truth and trying to bring out of the darkness into the light evil things that have happened. And people are so angry, they're saying they want to kill him. And there are other people in this world that they want to kill because they're bringing the truth out of the darkness into the light. I mean, these days, people get so angry about speaking truth, especially if you're talking about them and the evil things they've done. They will want to kill you. And they themselves are hypocrites. So, basically, you guys, you need to correct others, speak out against evil, keep doing that. But also make sure to do an evaluation on yourself and ask God, what do I need to fix? Is there any hidden sin in my life? What sin do I need to correct myself on? What do I need to remove in my life that goes against living for you and prevents me from living my life for you? So we need to do a self and heart evaluation of our own lives as well as correcting others. And I'd say that if you've got some issues in your life, you need to get those fixed before you go around correcting and judging others. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any friends that would be interested, that want to learn more about the Bible, I'm still learning myself, and we can learn together. My channel is Not of This World 1994, and so YouTube has kind of changed things. you don't get all of the notifications automatically like you used to. You can choose to either get some of the notifications or all of them, and you click the little bell to get all of the notifications when I post a video. But yeah, they've changed things around with that. But I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for listening. And please don't take everything I say at face value. Go study for yourselves. Go read it for yourselves. Go read Acts chapter 23 for yourselves. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.